Now, Ocean City's economy also thriving due to the tourism. According to the town's annual comprehensive financial report for 2023, more visitors are coming even in the off-peak months. Room sales have already increased by 22%. Food and drink sales are up by 20%. Construction is also on the rise. That's with nearly 1,900 permits issued last year, worth over $100 million. Big events and nearly $11 million ad campaigns are drawing record crowds. As you know, yesterday was Memorial Day. Many organizations on Delmarva held celebrations to honor local service members. The American Legion Post 17 in Lewis had an annual Memorial Day parade. That parade was led off by color guard and veterans carrying our nation's colors alongside the flags of all our armed forces. Scam alerts. We're talking today too. Seaford police say that some people are receiving phone calls and the callers claiming to be a deputy. They're saying that there's an arrest warrant for you for failing to appear for jury duty. Then the caller demands money. But Seaford police is saying none of this is true. Police will never call requesting any payment. This morning, a public hearing on a proposed land rezoning has been postponed. The Sussex County Planning and Zoning Commission will now hold this meeting in August. We're going to show you a map of the proposed rezoning on your screen. This is located east of Route 1 near Milford. Currently, the land is zoned for light residential and agricultural use. However, developers want to change that to allow commercial and higher density residential use. All right, I experienced this one yesterday. AT&T had a nationwide outage Tuesday afternoon. Thankfully, it was resolved a few hours later, but here's what happened. The company said there was some sort of glitch. It prevented AT&T customers from being able to complete calls with other carriers. AT&T customers were able to make calls, however, within their network. Officials say 911 calls were not affected by the outage, but an investigation is underway. State police arrested 2 teenagers in a police chase after officers say they stole a car in Claymont Monday night. According to troopers, one of those teens is from Lewis. Here's what police say happened. A trooper saw a car with Pennsylvania license plate speeding on Darley Road near the I-95 overpass. The trooper tried to pull the car over after a search revealed the car was reported stolen. The driver ignored the signal and sped away. The teenagers drove into a private lot where they got out of the car and then they ran away. The police eventually got a hold of them and then arrested them.
Coming down.
For sure, Charlie. I mean, hasn't this just been a dream for all of us growing up, being able to play the Wheel of Fortune? So right now, I am at the Roland E. Powell Convention Center, and I really want you to take a look behind me. There it is. It is the famous wheel for Wheel of Fortune, and people are just now beginning to trickle in. They are all really, really hopeful they get to be the ones to spin this wheel this evening. But I do have a catch for you, okay? No one coming knows just yet if they will be the ones that get to spin that wheel. That is because they will be chosen very randomly from the audience, and that's what makes this so exciting. All the anticipation, all the excitement. There are some really great prizes on the line as well. You can win trips to Paris or Hawaii. You can even win thousands of dollars, and that is why we are so happy that Coast TV is sponsoring this incredible event. Someone on Delmarva is going home with some really great prizes tonight. Now, if you're feeling a little jealous, I'm jealous. I don't get to spin that wheel. Don't you worry. There are some ways you can keep up. So tomorrow on Coast Life at 4 o'clock, okay, we're going to have a highlight reel of sorts so you can see what happened here. And of course, don't forget, every weekday evening on Coast TV, you can watch the Wheel of Fortune and play from your living room. For right now, though, in Ocean City, I'm Paige Marley, Coast TV News.
We're going to take you live now to our nation's capital. It is here that Congress just narrowly avoided a government shutdown, with now 2 branches pushing forward a continuing resolution plan. And breaking overnight, the Senate overwhelmingly passed the 2-step bill with an 11-87 vote. Now President Biden has only a few more days to follow the House and the Senate in passing the continuing resolution bill. We definitely can expect an increased police presence this holiday weekend. Maryland State Police will be increasing their enforcement efforts on impaired, aggressive, and distracted driving. That's from today until Monday. Police also say they'll be out working to reduce accidents, and you're likely to see them along routes such as Route 50 and Route 13. Lower lawmakers have introduced a piece of legislation that they claim would safeguard something called the 340B drug pricing program. So for everyone that's unfamiliar with what that program is, this was established back in 1992, and it mandates that drug manufacturers provide outpatient medications at discounted rates. It would be to organizations that serve disadvantaged people. So why do they need safeguards? Well, in recent years, some drug manufacturers and distributors put restrictions on some of these specific drugs. So House Bill 383, it's an attempt to bar those restrictions. 30 other states have already taken similar steps. This bill now in committee for review, and we'll keep an eye on its progress.
Just a few hours from now, the case review for the man accused of killing Del Mar police officer Corporal Keith Hecook. That'll take place.
And normally case reviews are an update with the prosecutor and the defense team prior to trial. But this one is scheduled for 9 a.m. for Randon Wilkerson. He's facing several charges, including 2 counts of first-degree murder.
It was on September 25th, Wilkerson's attorney opted to not have a jury trial. Instead, he is agreeing to having a bench trial.
That means the judge, Craig Karsnitz, will determine if Wilkerson is guilty or not guilty.
And there will be no witness testimony if the bench trial does go forward.
It appears we are nearing the conclusion of this tragic situation that we've been covering for over 2 years.
Yeah, it's the 2021 murder of Keith Hecook. It shocked our community, and this is how we got here.
It was April 25th, 2021. Hecook was the lone police officer who responded to a fight in progress in Del Mar.
And according to Delaware State Police, Wilkerson knocked Hecook unconscious and repeatedly stomped his head. Hecook would later die from those injuries.
2 months later, Wilkerson was charged with first-degree murder as well as attempted murder, assault, and weapons offenses.
Now found guilty of the murder charges, Wilkerson faces a life sentence.
And again, today is the case review. The trial of Randon Wilkerson is scheduled for next Monday, October 16th. Happy Thursday, everybody. Thanks for joining us on this Thursday afternoon. We're your hosts. I'm Paige Marley.
I'm Leah Rizzo. Hope you had a wonderful evening last night. If you had a Valentine, hope you made it special, made it fun, made it cute.
Definitely. Did you have a good Valentine's Day?
I did, yeah. We keep things nice and low-key.
Good.
Simple.
Yes.
Made some scallops. I found some heart-shaped pasta, so I cooked that up.
That was cute.
Yeah, I took some pictures on my new camera that I got. So.
Good. That's like the perfect Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I love that. Just keeping it simple. Celebrating love, everybody.
That's
love
right.
that.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Good. I'm glad. Same. Mine was boring. I was solo this Valentine's.
I think you were on your own.
Yeah,
so.
I was. You know, it's all good. I treated myself. I made some bread.
Nice.
First
See,
time.
sometimes you got to be your own Valentine too. Like
Yes.
whether you're apart or whether you're single, like however you end up spending Valentine's Day,
Yes.
you got to be able to treat yourself too.
I ate 2 cans of soup.
Nice.
So
Atta girl.
really treated myself yesterday.
What kind of soup?
So we got a little crazy. The first one was chicken noodle. The second one was chicken and dumpling.
Oh, atta girl.
I made the first soup, then I made the bread, and I was like, well, you need soup with bread, so. Anyways, that was my romantic evening.
Good.
With myself.
I'm glad to hear it.
Thanks.
Well, the colder months, we're still in them, unfortunately. I think the groundhog lied.
He did.
But with the colder weather, a lot of times we see a lot of sickness, illness, cold and flu season, as we love to call it.
Yes.
And it was interesting. A study came out, and we thought this was a fun one because the study got an opinion from the guys out there, the men, as to who they would rather have take care of them when they're not feeling well, their wife or partner or their mother. Unsurprisingly, a lot of the men said their mother takes better care of them.
Honestly, good.
Than their wife or partner.
This is the best. It's so good. Here's the thing. They know, men know that they're babies when they're sick. This is a universal man thing. And I think it's just, I'm not trying to be like opinionated here. I think it is a fact. Not all women, most women have better pain tolerance than most men. So just putting that out there doesn't mean you're not strong. You are, and we love you so much, but it's just the truth. There is that funny meme out there I see on social media. This guy said, like, he was obviously joking, but he goes, my wife gave birth. She now knows what it's like for a man to have a cold. It's so good.
But, right. And I think, you know, we love a self-aware king when they know that they're being a big baby when they've got a cold. So, like, that helps kind of soften the blow a little bit. But, like, have you met sick men?
They're so funny.
I can understand why only your mom would take care of you.
It's cute the first day, right? You're like, oh, honey, let me take care of you. And then it's like, I can't reach my water that's right there. And you're like, yes, you have a cold, darling.
Oh, my brother used to be the worst if my parents weren't home. And he'd be like, I need you.
Yep.
To go to the store and get me. So I was like, what? Just spit it out.
I can see why more men.
I'll get it all. I don't care. Just hurry up.
And send me money. But I can see why more men would say their mom because they're used to that, their mom's taking care of them, which is a good thing. But also, self-aware, I know that when my fiance is sick, the first day, like I said, I got you. The second day, if it's just a cold, I'm going to be kind of mean.
When it's a cold.
I'm going to be kind of mean.
If you're like really sick, obviously we're going to be nicer to you.
If he has pneumonia, if he has recovering from surgery, it's different. We are talking the common cold. By the second day, it's like, no, you can unload the dishwasher. You can. I think I did a little mean as to where his mom will be like, I'm going to bring you soup and groceries and take care of you. And I'm glad that she does, but I'm not. Keep talking about relationships too, because we're trying to make you feel better about your relationship. I hope you know that. Yes. If you're like, my man is so annoying when he's cold, when he has a cold, so are all of our guys. Also, if your man is especially annoying at the airport, you're also not alone. And this made me feel better because it was kind of this funny thing that said in a good, healthy, solid relationship, one of you is a fine, easygoing traveler, the other is not. They are stressed out to the max. And man, if I aren't the go with the flow traveler and Jonathan is like, we need to be first on the plane. We need to be at the airport 10 hours early. Yeah. No, we don't. Yeah, I'm definitely the easygoing traveler. Sean, he doesn't have to be the first guy on the plane. Yeah. We don't have to be there super early, but like he's a much more particular traveler than I am, which is, you know, I get that I'm also an exceptionally easygoing traveler. Sure. I'm like, you know, hey, once you get on the plane, the fate is in the pilot's hands. What are we going to do? Not much we can do about it. Yeah. So I feel like, you know, there's no need to add stress to what's already going to be an uncomfortable plane ride. There's probably going to be crying kids. There's going to be like nobody's having a great time. No. But yeah, some people just really stress out, and we aren't judging you because, and it's not just men either. It's just one person in the relationship. Has to be the stressed out one. And the other one is like, everything's good. Everything's chill. And I think, yeah, you do need that balance. And I think that is sort of like when people say opposites attract, that's where that kind of comes from. I think so. Where I think you know, you might find somebody who not completes you, but complements you in that area. Where you're like, okay, where my weaknesses are, that's where your strength lives. And that's why we work as a couple. That's why we work together. Exactly. That's why you can accomplish tasks together in a way that you wouldn't be able to on your own. Changing gears just a little bit, if you've been a big fan of American Idol, maybe you saw that Katy Perry will not be returning for the next season. Womp womp. So who are they picking to take her place? Well, they haven't officially announced anything, but the talks have gone in a couple different directions. J-Lo's name came up. I know you're a big J-Lo fan. Yeah, the biggest. No, I don't know what it is about her. She's hard for me to swallow. I think the nostalgia pool is what they're kind of going for. Like if they pick somebody like J-Lo, you know, you're going to hit the older millennials. People are going to watch because, we love her. Right. I think I know some talks of like Taylor Swift. I don't think she would. I don't think she would either. Because her career is still very active. Yeah, she doesn't need American Idol. She doesn't need American Idol. No. American Idol needs her. Yeah. So I think they were trying to maybe, you know, pick a younger, I could almost see maybe like Camila Cabello or like somebody else who would be kind of a good, if you want to hit like a younger audience. So I'm really not sure. And then Ryan Seacrest was saying like, pick a complete wild card, like when Steven Tyler did it, like Pitbull. It should be a vote. We should get to pick. Yes, we should. That's what American Idol is all about, That'd right? Be so picking who's on the team. The only thing I'll give J-Lo is if they liked Katy Perry, she'll give that kind of same cringe factor, in my opinion, that J-Lo would give, that melodramatic. Yes. That Katy Perry has. So whatever. That's fair. It is that time of year you're getting maybe your Coast Life studio ready for Christmas. Of course, your home ready for Christmas. But have you thought about getting your hair ready for Christmas? Because there's a lot of holiday parties. There are a lot. And we're not just talking getting your roots touched up or which Leah maybe calling me out. Okay, I see. You can't tell you the headband in. That's right. It looks great. But there are just a lot of more fun ways for you to stand out at your Christmas party, at your family dinner. Maybe with a little tinsel. A little shimmer and shine that you got going on there. Exactly. Looks great. Thank you very much. I'm loving it. So that's right. Rehoboth Beauty Boutique is putting tinsel in your hair, a really fun way to celebrate the holidays. I got some put in, obviously. I'm so excited about it. We're going to take you through the process and what else is trending this year for Christmas.
So after the summer, your hair is dry, it's tired, it's fried, and it's really good to refresh it for the holidays. If you want a new look, to do a gloss, to do a bond treatment, a mask, just to give it some life for the holidays. Fashion colors are in right now if you want to add some like red and green extensions, red and green color for the fall and the winter. You know, feel free to come on in and talk to us about a new style, new color that you would want for the winter. Tinsel is very fun for the holidays. It comes in all different colors. It's good for all ages. You just tie it right in the hair and it'll spice up your look for the holidays. It gives it a little bit of sparkle without, you know, the commitment of color. It's just a little something fun.
All right, Jonava, so we're talking tinsel in hair today. I'm so excited. We're putting some red and some gold in my hair. Why do you think this just is perfect for this time of year?
Well, you can look like a Christmas tree. That's always a bonus. And it's fun and it's temporary.
It is temporary. So how long does something like this last?
It can last up to a month or two if you take care of it very well. I have little kids that love it. I have adults that love it. And it's sometimes seasonal and sometimes it's just because it makes them happy.
Oh, perfect. So you do this all year round?
All year round.
Awesome. Oh, good. Will it naturally fall out, or should I come back into you and you'll take it out for me?
It'll naturally fall out, and if you don't want it there anymore, we can take it out.
Jonava, I'm happy to hear that we can use heat on the tinsel. How much heat can you put on it? Can you blow dry? Can you wash it?
So this tinsel can withstand up to 400 degrees. So you can curl it, you can flat iron it to make sure it blends into your hair.
Amazing. I think this would be perfect for like a holiday party you're going to. But you guys offer a lot of services if you just want to look a little extra special and festive for a party or get together.
Yeah, we could incorporate some tinsel into an up style or just a nice blow dry if you want it to feel a little more special for a holiday party. Sometimes people find it to be more difficult to get their own hair to look good while they're trying to get ready for a party, so we can just take that pressure off, and all you have to do is get dressed, put on some makeup.
I love that, and I like the colors that you offer. I chose red and gold, but you have pinks, you have blues, all of that, so people can actually get this all year round.
They do get it all year round for every different holiday and just even for fun.
I mean, I don't want to brag, but my hair looks amazing. Can you see the shine? A close up, it's amazing how just fun it is, how you can see the tinsel. It's this big, it's so small, but it makes such a big difference. I know my nieces, when they see this, they are just going to have so much fun with it. So make sure if you're going in for a color, a cut, just getting your roots touched up, just ask about the tinsel. It could be a really fun touch for you this holiday season. And they have free consultations, so why wouldn't you stop in? Rehoboth Beauty Boutique, right on Rehoboth Avenue. They are going to get you ready for your Christmas parties and the new year. We have more Coast Life coming your way. Stay where you are.
Spill the Tea is sponsored by the Spice and Tea Exchange of Rehoboth.
All right, you guys, it is a holiday weekend, and with that comes family, with that comes family drama.
Yes, it does.
And we love that for you. So we have some family drama to talk about for Spill the Tea today, but Leah, first, what are we drinking?
Yes, first we are drinking some turmeric mango herbal tea, thanks to our friends at the Spice and Tea Exchange on Rehoboth Avenue in Rehoboth Beach.
Nice.
Savor delicious, juicy flavor of mango, orange, and apple with this flavorful and functional tea, packed with anti-inflammatory and wellness ingredients such as turmeric, black pepper, and ginger. Expect rich, bright flavors in every cup.
Sounds like it'll be good for your belly, too.
Yeah,
okay,
that's
perfect.
what we like to see.
All right, so you start pouring. I'll tell you guys what's happening. So a woman writes in, she's 28. She's married to her 30-year-old husband. They are both, well, their families, I should say, are both from another country. They're not from the United States, but they live here.
Gotcha.
So they are on their way to see her family who still lives in this other country. She didn't say which country it is.
Okay.
They're getting on the plane. Her husband gets very drunk beforehand, you know, the airport bar.
Airport rules are different.
So he's a little stumbly, a little mumbly, and he gets to go on the plane. The flight attendant says, "You're too drunk, you can't get on the plane." Ooh. Now, the woman, the wife, said, "Too bad, so sad. You should control your alcohol." She called her brother and said, "Come pick him up because I'm going to get on the plane to go see my family." She was like, "The tickets were expensive. It's my dad. I haven't seen him in a long time." So she got on that plane and left. He ended up having to be at the airport for a while, drunk, until the brother could go get him. And now he's not so happy with his wife. So he says if the situation was reversed, he would never leave his wife drunk and alone in an airport. What are we thinking?
He's got a point.
He has a point, a solid one.
He has a point. My question would be if this is the first time something like this has happened, or if this is a repeat offense. If it is a repeat offense, I also can see where maybe she has a point. I mean, I still think the bottom line is safety first.
Yep.
Leaving your partner alone and inebriated in an airport is never the safe option.
No.
So, I mean, realistically, should she probably have stayed and booked another flight, even if it was going to delay her by a day? It stinks. It's the worst, especially if where you're going is really far. No one's happy. Everyone's cranky, but at least you know that everyone's safe.
Yeah, I mean, not to get too serious, but you hear there's a story in the news recently of someone who was left alone, drunk, a young kid, and you know, understandably that was a kid. It's different, but it is scary. And in an airport, we don't know which airport it was, but obviously it's a big one because it's doing international flights.
Yep.
So I do think she should have stayed. It's better to fight safely than fight when one of you's drunk, one of you's in another country.
Yeah.
But like you said, if he's had a history of this, it could be the wake-up call he needed.
I think so. I think that this could be, a little bit of a wake-up call. I think they're going to have a very serious converation after this. Again, it stinks when you're going to visit family and it's all just drama. But initially I was like, oh man, she's right. But then I think hearing his kind of point, if the roles were reversed.
As soon as he said that, I was on his side. So let us know what you think about this. I know it's a little tricky, but I'm going team husband with the information we know.